Well, hello, boys and girls. It's when I feel like 8 o'clock. And I'm Pearl of Wisdom. You're listening to my NHL Pearls of Wisdom. Out of my bathroom, which I will remind you, I will be in until you make me a YouTube sensation. And that is because I had a little life change, had to downsize greatly, have lots of people living in a small apartment. And this is the only way I get my privacy, so I can bring you these fine pearls. But it doesn't stop me. It doesn't stop me. Nothing will stop me from bringing my fans fine programming every day. Right? So hit the subscribe. We'll get ourselves we'll get ourselves a private YouTube sensation jet. And this isn't me. This is us. This is the us. We are all going to be YouTube sensations. And we're all going to get into the YouTube sensation jet. And we're going to travel the world bringing fine pearls to everyone. Just flowing and falling on their lap. Just all over the place. So you can change the world just by subscribing. Okay, let's look at our picks yesterday, shall we? Okay. Where I kind of made a mistake. Okay, I said with the Jackets versus the Leafs, I picked the Leafs to win in that one. But if you go to my video yesterday, I said that it was very possible the Jackets could win that game. It has to do with the work ethic that Tortorella puts in. That team could definitely make the playoffs this year, simply because Tortorella is a master. In fact, he won't actually say this, but he kind of likes taking teams that have no superstars and stuff. It's sort of what he likes to do, and he does a very good job of it. Knights versus the Flyers. This was the money game. This is the game I said that I was a little concerned whether the Flyers were going to win, but fairly sure. If you would have bet on this one, you would have made some nice scratch, I think, and I was correct on that. Avs versus the Blues. This one I'm disappointed with. This one I'm really, because initially in my mind, in the gut down in here, you can't see what I'm doing, but you know what I'm doing. I had the Blues yesterday, and I changed my mind. My head negated my gut, and I should never do that. My gut really is more important than my head. Sens versus the Stars, easy one. I took the Stars. Okay, we got to get going here because we got lots of games. Leafs versus the Bruins. Now, Leafs are on a back-to-back, lost to the Jackets. I believe they are going to be not playing Anderson, and the Bruins may even go with Halak on that. That was a tough game last night against. Game last night against the Jackets. I don't know. I wouldn't bet this. First of all, I would not bet this game. I'm taking the Bruins 3-2, but I wouldn't bet it. That Matthews can win a game anytime. That's the reason it's hard to bet against Toronto. Sabres versus the Sharks. The Sharks beat them last time they played. I think there's some vengeance in here. But I've been watching the San Jose Sharks. I've been waiting for them to turn around. And the energy of the Sabres is too good. It's just too good. Kruger is doing a fantastic job. Remember, I picked them to make the playoffs this year, boys and girls. You remember that, right? Of course. And I didn't quite pick them to be this good. We'll see what happens throughout the season, but he has really got them flying, and he is the reason why I picked them, because Ralph Kruger is one of the finest in the land. Panthers versus the Penguins. Now, this is a team, if you remember correctly, I picked, it was a little while ago, I can't remember who they were playing, but I said the energy of this team is changing. Q creates friction in the room, and he does odd things that he'll even allow or even almost try to make his team lose a couple of games to have them get over adversity. And I think they're there. The problem is Bobrovsky right now, isn't it, boys and girls? I think he's kind of freaked out about this $10 million contract and maybe trying too hard. However, I have a feeling it's all going to come together for him today. I'm taking the Panthers over the Penguins 4-2. Coyotes and the Rangers. The Arizona Coyote have a great zen going on right now. They have Kessel was a good addition to that team. Tocchet was a smart man and knew him well. He brings a zen philosophy to scoring in a team that didn't have much philosophy of scoring up until now. They seem to be putting it together more. Kemper's in net. It doesn't seem to matter who's in net. And the Rangers, I'm starting to wonder about Quinn with the Rangers. It seems to me that the Quinn needs to just settle out and relax and enjoy his life a little bit. He's just a little too serious, and it seems to be wearing on the players. I'm going to take the Coyotes 3-1. Canucks versus the Wings. I think the Canucks are a lot better than people think they are. The Wings are really struggling right now. They really are looking around the room and realizing how how young they are, and how not very good their veterans are. Just the reality is hitting them right in the face. I do believe that Markstrom's going to be in net for the Canucks, so I'm going to take the Canucks 3-1. Oilers versus the Wild. I'll tell you, I'm picking the Oilers 3-1 here, but Tippett is making a transition to a defensive style of game. He let them play offense. He got their offense going. Now he's transitioned. The pendulum is swinging over to the defensive side, and they're playing too defensive now. So they're going to have to balance it out. Fortunately for them, they're playing a Wild team that it doesn't really matter which one they do. They're probably going to beat them. So I'm going to take the Oilers 3-1. Kings versus the Jets. I hope that's the Kings. I can barely read my writing. Jets. I take Jets 5-2. I'm not going to talk much more about it than that. I was really surprised about Calgary's when Kings beat Calgary, but Calgary looked just terrible. I find it highly unlikely the Kings are going to look that terrible against them, or the Jets, I should say. Now, Brossoit could be in net, and I still say 5-2 for the Jets. Doesn't matter. Golden Knights versus the Blackhawks. I think this is going to be an offensive affair. The Blackhawks are really struggling to find their game right now. Excuse me. And when that happens, Kane takes over. And I find that the Chicago Blackhawks will start playing run and gun hockey. They'll try to take the matters into their own hands. If that happens, the Knights will likely achieve a victory. Fleury is in net. That is the thing. I say the Golden Knights will score 5 against Crawford. I'm not. That's the other thing. As of right now, it says Crawford is in net. If Crawford is in net, I take the Golden Knights 5-3, something like that. If Lehner's in net, I'd be a little more concerned about this. Lehner can steal a game easy, anytime. I love Lehner. I don't know what's Colaton's having. Colaton seems to be having a problem with this new lineup they have, and one of the reasons is they took Olli Mata. If you remember, boys and girls, when they made that trade, I was like, why? Why? I did not like that acquisition. And it's hurting them. It really is hurting them. Yeah, so that's it. Okay, Capitals, Flames. The Flames are going to be burning up. They played well their last game. I think Bill Peters is really coming down on them right now. Capitals are so strong. I don't bet this game. I think it's going to be 3-2, probably going to overtime. I'm taking the Capitals simply because they're flying so well right now. And Ducks versus the Preds, another nay game. I would not touch this game at all. Gibson can win a game all by himself. Rene is in net. He's been playing decent. It seems to me the Preds just haven't found themselves yet, and they can anytime. It's reaching that point where they will find themselves Here, I'm going to take the Preds 3-2 here, but I'm staying far away as far as betting is concerned. That's my full 42%, boys and girls. That's all I have to give. Remember to hit the subscribe, the bell, and all that stuff. And remember that you are all wonderful. You are all amazing. I love all of you. And I'm going to see you all one day. We're going to frolic together in however way you frolic, I will frolic with you. Whatever your favorite frolic is, I will be there. Have a great day. Lots of love to you.